Yeah, so doesn't feel normal. I do not have to whip out the welder like you do with the barrows. This is a crazy moment for myself. What is going on, guys? Today is a very exciting one as we are going to put in the big 427 cubic inch Pro Series LS dart block build engine, whatever you want to call it, and get most of it whacked in together. We've got Josh here, Josh Lever, this dude in the pink behind us, and we're getting some celebration drinks to start off with. I don't condone any sort of alcohol use, but this is actually sponsored by G-Up, so huge shout out to Nah, I wish. But if you guys are watching this, please sponsor us, because we spend a lot of money and they taste very nice. Anyways, we're going to get a few last little bits on the engine. Got to put like the engine mounts on and a few other little bits before it gets dropped in. Then we'll put on the engine crane, drop it in, bang the flex plate, converter, box and all that jazz. So it's going to be a little bit of a maybe long one. Hopefully I'll try to get as much as I can, and we'll get this bad boy finally in after a year and a half. Anyways, let's get into it. See, I do help sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes.
Free labour is king.
Yeah, free labour. Why would I work when I can have a little slave work for me?
Little slave.
Yeah, a little slave that wears a pink shirt.
Scumbag.
I'll help, bro. I'll help.
Time to retire, I think.
I'll help, bro. I'll put in one bolt again.
Thanks, bro. Your help goes on.
And people say I don't turn spanners on this car. I haven't turned a spanner. That is correct, actually, so far, because this isn't a spanner. This is my hand. So we're taking extra precautions, taping up some old Ford engine mounts. Keep going.
No, I'm good, bro.
Keep going, yeah, that's what I thought. Taping up this. Josh has taped up the chain. I'm going to tape up another one. We're going to put it at the front of the motor and the back to get it in there. So it's all unscathed. It should work. I think maybe I'll put some D-shackles off the car as well to go through that.
Yep.
And then, yeah, saves nut and bolt. Anyway, let's do that. It's time to get off the engine stand and get it in the car. Round of applause. You can't see that tall mother in the background there. There we go. It's in.
What is this? This is
doesn't feel normal. It's honestly this thing. I swear I don't even remember what it looked like with an engine in it. I don't remember how this thing drives. This thing, with the power it's going to be putting out, it's going to scare the out of me as it is. But forgetting the car and going into an FG, which drives dead straight, this is going to be sketch.
This is going to be so much fun.
The only thing that's going to help me in this case
is the 185s on the rear, brother. 15s.
Is the radials A and B the 9-inch rear end. And a little bit more driving experience in the FG, I reckon. That's probably what it all comes down to, but damn. So with the engine finally in, we can put the turbo 400 in before that, but first we got to put this flex plate in. The brand is, if it'll get out, there we go. It's not an Aero Fail, it is an SFI rated one. It's a Maziri, I think. So that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, we've got some new ARP flywheel bolts as well. Flex plate bolts, whatever you want to call them, same shit. And put that together with the new converter from Shotgun. Unsure of exact specs, but it's just for a turbo LS and this engine specifically in combo. So let's get it out. Let's get that onto the back of the engine. Converter in the box, and then we'll shove the box in. One of the exciting parts about putting this flex plate back on is the fact that I do not have to whip out the welder and weld these on like you do with the barras. These don't have poor harmonic issues or anything like that. Just a little bit of blue Loctite on it, dab it in, tighten it up, and Bob's your uncle. So that is one thing I kind of missed about the LS that I hate about the barra, but you know, it is what it is, and it's the little things that keep you going. So let's bang this on, put the converter in the box, and get it all on and happening. I was doing some filming, you know, for the people, for the people of YouTube and the internet. You know, can't rush and stuff.
You need Loctite?
I've got it. There. It's on. It's on, brother.
Okay, it's on. Sorry.
Jake Starsick. It's on, brother. It's on. It's on.
Looks good from my house.
Yep. As long as it looks good from both of our houses, that's all that matters. Flex plate is in, and it's time for the Reid case Turbo 400 to go in. This thing is an absolute monster. Actually, would you call it a monster? You probably wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
It can handle.
Is a monster.
No, definitely not, Joshua. This will be able to handle the monster, I guess you could say. Like fully built, everything's billet, insane. Yeah, it costs arm and a leg. Probably more than your VS, but anyway.
Definitely.
Let's get her on and pop the converter in and slap her all together, and she can finally start looking like a car again. Again.
This isn't a Turbo 400.
It's a Super Hydra.
It's a Super Hydra 400.
It came from Temu. It was on special.
Far out, not even a wish.
On special, Temu, $2.99.
Yeah, it must be. Look at this, it's bent.
And then they added 4 more zeros after that. Yeah, it is a little bit dicky, but we'll straighten it up. Look at it.
Matches the owner.
Good as new. For sale, I know what I have. 55,000.
Aerofoil.
No, Aerofoil don't make anything this good.
Alright, stop. We're hitting. Let's push it. Just do that. Is that in? You get to them easy?
Turbo 400's in, mount is on. I still got to get another bolt for it and try straighten it up a little bit because I'm not too happy. Converter, we've checked for the end float, just sent it off to Nick. We're going to hear back, and the converter bolts are a little bit too long, so we're going to sort that out once we find out what's going on with the end float. But anyways, we're going to drop it down and probably put the turbo on, I'd say, and then at least we'll get some sort of inspiration. But the first thing I got to do once it's all together anyway is do all the lines and the fuel system and everything. So that turbo has to be there in order for me to do the lines. So let's drop it down and whack this big turb ski on. So we got the car down, and I did just receive a call back from Nick, and unfortunately we do have to space the Turbo 400 on the bell housing because the end float is not right. We do have some spaces coming from ours race glides on Monday. There's nothing we can do. It is currently Saturday night, so we're just going to have to wait till then. Unfortunately, with a build like this, nothing is off the shelf and perfect. So this is something we did know that could be a possibility, and unfortunately that's how it is. So I cannot continue on and put the turbo side on and everything like that, because if the box has to come out, the engine's going to shift back. Even if I put a block under it, I don't want to risk scratching either the turbo or the freshly shaved and painted engine bay. So we're going to come back to this video on Monday and we're going to continue on. So it is currently a Wednesday, not Monday like promised, but that's how everything has gone with this build so far. So we've got the spacers now, that's the main thing. I'm just going to whip the car up quickly, pull the box out, shove these in, and then we can carry on with putting the hot side of the turbo on. So I'm not going to record pulling the box back out, but I'll show you guys how these spacers go in. And yeah, we'll get back to the exciting stuff. The Turbo 400 is out. I've taken the bell housing off. That is it there. Just got to run this 1.5mm spacer on there like so, put the bell housing back together, put the converter in, pop it up, put it on, and recheck the converter end flow. If that's all good, we can move forward, but judging by the measurements, this is going to be fine, but got to double triple check anyways. Then I can finally pop it down and we can get to doing the hot side of things. We've got some genuine metal gaskets. They're a triple layer by the looks of things. So we're going to get the manifold, put that on. As you can see, there's other stuff that's been done here. Pete's been playing around with the steam pipe setup, spacing the water pump out, alternator, all that jazz. So that'll be in a later video once that's all working. It's a bit of a work in progress at the minute, but we're going to get into the fun side of things. So I'm going to grab the manifold and we're going to jot this hot side together and work out exactly what we can do with that and move forward. Sorry, my bad. Alright, so I'm just at the final stages of mocking everything up on here, and I'm just going to chuck this pipe on. It goes from the intercooler to the bottom of the turbo. I've got the turbo loose so we can move it around and whatever. I just want to get a final little clearance check to make sure everything is perfect and good, because there is a few pieces I do have to send off to get ceramic coated as well and powder coated like this and the dump itself, but we just wanted to make sure it all fits up perfectly with the dart block because it was based off an LS alloy block. Yes, it's the same but you know, the dart block is thicker in some places as well, and you're very limited to room coming down from the back of the manifold and the firewall. So I'm going to put this on, try maybe get that on tonight. I do think I have to pull off the crossover again, so I may not chuck it in the video, but it's just a matter of making sure it all butts up and whatnot, and if it doesn't, then obviously it's got to get modified a little bit and then it can be sent off for ceramic coating. So let's get this on and then I'll show you guys what has all been done. Guys, this is a crazy moment for myself. It has been a very, very long time coming, and it is so crazy to see this how it is now. I've been so used to seeing everything in boxes for the last year and a half plus, and it's finally all coming together. So we can see the vision. It's about 80% plumbed up. I just need to wait on putting the manifold on and whatnot, but that's kind of at the last little steps, and as I'm doing the fuel system itself, which will be in the next episode. But let's flip the camera around and I'm going to run you guys through the custom turbo setup and what it took to fit the big Pro Mod 88mm. Starting at the front, as you can see, we've got the big 100mm Plasma Man Pro Series intercooler. It has been fully custom made. As you can see, we do have the brackets there. They kind of act as a support for the intercooler. You know, we didn't use the top mounts or the bottom mounts there, but the bumper, the HSV bumper with the fog lights, did not have to be modified in any way whatsoever. So it was basically made around that. We've got the fast parts clamps here. These are going to withhold a lot of boost, and they are nice and easy because you literally pop them in, push it out, bang, easy to pull stuff off, especially when you're at the track and whatnot. Definitely needed it, but it's the generic clamps. Now we've got the big Pulsar Pro Mod 88mm turbo, and it is absolutely ginormous. You can fit a 375mm Coke can in between there and there, nice and perfectly, like it was made for it. It's about 30 centimeters that way, and a bit longer, 30 centimeters height wise. It is crazy. Videos do not do justice. You honestly need to see this thing in person. And if you do want to see this in person, Clay World on October 6th, the car will be there on display. So make sure you come, have a look at it, let us know your thoughts, come say good day. Keen to meet you guys, keen to get out there. We will also be racing the FG as well, so it's going to be an awesome day. October 6th, do not miss it. We'll see you there. But getting back to it, Nick from Northmead Auto Care did the whole custom turbo kit himself. Absolutely crazy. The front of the turbo housing modified. The rear wasn't touched, but he did add this big support bracket there, which is going to keep it nice and sturdy and keep the pressure off the manifolds so the manifolds don't crack. And this insane pipe work down here with the twin 44mm wastegates from Turbo Smart and the nice little teardrops. I like that addition under here because it's nice and clean and subtle. And you know, we've got the custom manifolds that are very, very easily accessible to do the spark plugs. Now, once you pull this dump off, they are very easy to get to and undo all the manifold bolts. He made this kit around this car to be serviceable, and I can say he's definitely done a good job at that because it was very easy putting the plugs in and whatnot. I've got the dump here as well. I do still have to put the back half of it with the AES valve, but it may need a little bit of modifying. We'll have to see tomorrow. I'm going to pull it apart, but there's no point recording all of that jazz. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then it's got to be modified and then it will get sent off to powder coating. We've got the crossover down the back too, all under there. Nice and niche and tucked up. Close to that converter, but clearance-wise, honestly, nothing is dangling underneath, which is the main thing. And it has all been ceramic coated, which is going to keep the heat off that converter and a lot of other things. It's going to be good for the engine bay itself. Hopefully it doesn't heat up and bubble the paint, but that is going to give us our best chance. It has also been ceramic coated inside and out. Now, a lot of people just do the outside ceramic coating, not on the inside. So huge shout out to High Performance Coating. I'll put their Instagram handle there as well. They did an awesome job of this, and man, even the gloss black on the front housing of the turbo looks absolutely crazy. That tied in with the intercooler pipe, which you will see in a later video as I do put the car more together, it is going to tie in this engine bay and look absolutely hot. I'm so keen. It looks great already, but just imagine all the tape off, the manifold on, everything together. It's going to be wild, guys. It's crazy to see it how it is. And yeah, I'm absolutely stoked. Now I'm going to give another round of shout outs. Firstly, Nick from Blakehurst Automotive for sorting all of this out, getting everything organized via Nick from Northmead Automotive, who did all of the custom intercooler, custom turbo work, everything like that. And High Coating Performance, they did all the ceramic coating and everything on it, plus my boss Pete, which you would have seen in this video. Huge shout out to him for helping me out with this. Definitely couldn't have done it by myself. He's gone above and beyond. He's whacked it together for me. He's trying to sort out this little mess, little problem we got down here, but that will be getting sorted all out, worked all out, and that will be in the later coming videos. Now for the next video, I do have a very exciting announcement. Raceworks have jumped on board and they are helping out with the build, so it's going to help me out a ton with the whole plumbing of the fuel system and the turbo and everything like that. Super glad to have them on board. Awesome products. I get to show you guys their products as well. They have a lot more than just fittings, but you guys will see that as we progress throughout this build, and a few other little tricks up my sleeve. Like, there is a reason why this headlight is off, but that will be at a later video. So guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, put post notifications on so you do not miss out on the next episode and future episodes. And I guess I'm going to leave the video here, guys, so we'll catch you in the next one.